Capricorn, hello there, my beautiful friends. We're going to do your general tarot reading for mid to late October 2025. Thank you so much for joining me today. You know, I appreciate each and every single one of you. So let's get right down to business as always and start you off with an oracle card here, just so we can dip our toes into energy and see what's happening for the lovely Capricorn collective. Hope you're all doing fabulous and fantastic, my friends. Let's get it going here. My guide, spirit team, talk to me. What do we got for these lovely Cappies in mid to late October? What energies, messages, insights can we take a little peek at? And yeah, we're just going to take a real quick look at this first card. Then we'll get into the full reading itself. At the very end, I'll pull you a bonus card from the Shadowland Tarot, just to see what might be in the shadows or what shadow work you can lean into, which is always interesting. But let's get it going here. Let's rock and see what we got for the Cappies mid to late October. What's the vibe? What's the energy? It's a beautiful time of year, in my opinion. It's one of my favorites, actually. I just love the vibe. Okay, cool. All right. I love this card. It always gives me a little chuckle when I see it. This lady has a whole bunch of stuff in that hairdo, right? She's got a lot on her mind, literally and figuratively. So I always think that this is a cool card because there's a lot of positivity to it. But there's also quite a bit going on. Now, before we fully dive into that, if you're new here, I'll be speaking about the October subscriber surprise towards the end, so you might want to check that out. And also, if you could kindly illuminate that like button by tapping it right on its third eye, you know, I'd greatly appreciate it. But enough of the promo, back into the reading. Let's talk more in depth. So we see this lovely lady here. She has her beehive hairdo. Looks like she is a painting herself. And there's all sorts of artistic, creative implements in her hair. So first and foremost, this is great for creation, expression, art, anything that you're making. So I do like this. It's like taking internal energy and externalizing it. So whether it's business, whether it's just to let energy out, the creative juices could really start flowing. Now, if you're going through some difficulties, when I see this card, it says that you might have creative solutions. Thinking outside the box is a big thing. It's like, all right, well, maybe I can consider this or that. I like the solutions I get with it, but literally she has a lot on her mind, right? She has all that stuff up in her head. So for some Capricorns, your energy might be split in a lot of different ways. There could be a lot of things that are pressing on your mind right now. Maybe you're juggling a lot of stuff too, whether it's a lot of energy or you're just busy, busy, busy. So it doesn't have to be a bad thing here, but it just feels like it's a lot or it's complex. So I like the creative aspect, but this is someone that a lot is going on in the mind. So we're going to let her chill over there. She has a lot to think about. Let's get into tarot. And yeah, I always say that first card, it doesn't make or break the reading. It's just a little footnote. So let's get you 3 tarot cards in the upright. Then we'll get into that intuitive juiciness. Shuffle it up one time here for the Cappies. What do we got? And while we get this deck shuffled up and ready to go, let's talk about last week's reading. It was titled A Sudden Change. So for a lot of Capricorns, I always say this, life is perpetual change, but the vibe I was getting last week felt like very rapid, very quick, where something could do a quick 180 on you. Now, that doesn't always have to be a bad thing, but to me, it did feel like energy was prone to do a quick flip. So we're going to see if the winds of change are still here. We'll see what we have for you this week. As you know, energy is very fluid, never set in stone. So only take this how it hits for you, because we could be seeing your vibe or somebody else, right? Let's get it going. 3 cards for Capricorn. What do we got in mid to late October, please? There we go. Thank you. Okay. 7 of Pentacles. I mean, I don't dislike it. I usually like an action card in position number 1, and this one's not doing much. It could be great for a lot of reasons. It's also karmic energy. Let's get a couple more. The element definitely works with you. Okay. High Priestess, another element that could work with you. Very mysterious, extremely intuitive type of vibe. There's a lot going on with her. Let's get one more out here. What do we got for the Cappies, please? What do we got? Okay, cool. So communication, conversation. You also have a bonus. So right here on the back end, we do have the Page of Wands. I like page energy. And your bonus is the 9 of Pentacles. Beautiful. So let's go through. I'll give you some of the classical meanings and archetypes. Then we'll get into that juicy, intuitive stuff. But at first look, first glance, you know, I always like to look at the elements first. I feel like that tells us a lot about how the energy is moving, how comfortable you might be with it, and the speed at which things are moving. And we have a nice mixture here. So we have Earth, which is your power element. Nice, comfy, cozy for Capricorn placements and other Earth signs. Generally represents the world we live in, material aspects. So we think of work, career, home, family, just the world that we exist in. Then we have water, That's representative of the inner world. So it's like we have the outside, we have the inside happening here already. So creativity, like we saw with the Oracle card, emotions, relationships, intuition, spirituality. These are all things we think of with water energy. So it can be really nice too, especially with the combination. And this is an energy that Capricorn vibes with as well. Now, moving to the back end here, we have fire. Now, this is the realm of action. It's the realm of movement, things that you do or things that other people do. We think of passion, drive, desire, the internal combustion engine within us. So I really do like the fire here, but the speed at which it moves might be a little jarring. So it kind of makes sense with what we saw last week. And then we do have a little more earth grounding it down. So I like the mixture, but let's go through this piece by piece and really start to build it out. Position number one, we start with a card that has a lot of meat on the bone, so to speak. And when you see it, you might think it's very simple. We see that dude, he's chilling right there by the pentacle bush, kind of waiting on this to grow. So for some Capricorns, maybe you're in a wait and see type of mode. Maybe there's someone or something that you're waiting on. That's the vibe I usually get here. It's not really doing much just yet. There's a lot of positives to this card. It ties in with abundance, it ties in with nature. So maybe you need to spend a little time in nature. Generally, I think of something paying off. That's initially what I think of in the positive sense. It is also a highly karmic card, reaping what you sow. What you put forth, you get back in return. This is more of like the effects of karmic energy. But the rough side, when we talk about the Seven of Pentacles, it can represent delays. It can represent problems. It can represent something that feels a little stuck in the muck here. So again, there might be an area of life where it's like, all right, well, I'm doing good over here, but this energy doesn't seem to be moving too much. So we'll need to take a look. So whether it is a problem, a situation, or a delay, we'll just see. And again, it could be very karmic, especially with the next card that we have coming up right next to it. Now we're going to get him tucked in right here by the amethyst so he can keep doing what he's doing. But we have the beautiful High Priestess. Now, she does classically link to Pisces, so you might be connected to Pisces. I give her to all water signs, so I always say Pisces, Cancer, Scorpio. I feel like a lot of all the water signs embody this type of energy. And she is the matron of psychics, intuitives, and tarot readers. So again, like the intuition could be very much heightened in this time. So certain things you're feeling, certain things you're thinking could be that of other people you're connected to, your emotional and energetic attachments, because she is highly, highly intuitive. For some of you, you might be feeling something and you can't quite put words to it. Like something could be picking at you. It's like, ooh, my intuition's jumping here. I feel something. She is super sensitive to stuff like that. So just know that your intuition could be heightened. But I don't want to say this is problematic. She can be kind of secretive, right? Like she's quiet, hush, hush. She has a lot of knowledge. You see that book of sacred law in her lap. So this could represent somebody knowing something but not speaking about it. She could represent the surprising, the unexpected, the shrouded type of energy, which sometimes could be good, but sometimes it could also be a little bit rough. So we're going to want to look at her much further. Now, moving to the back end, we have the action coming in hot. So with this High Priestess right there, we have the Page of Wands. Now, fire sign energy might be connected to one, so Aries, Leo, Sagittarius. Pages are generally younger, youthful types of energy. So again, maybe this is someone that might be a little younger, it could even be a child, but it doesn't always have to be assigned to a person. When I see pages, I think of new, I think of fresh. Um, Student and messenger. So this could be some sort of talk or conversation. Usually this is good. It's fiery action. It's someone diving headfirst into something. Now the downside, this page could be a little spontaneous. It could be a little erratic. It could be an energy, as I mentioned, that jumps right in and doesn't quite look before it leaps. And another thing with this page, it is prone to burn itself out. So watch out for that energetic overload or just tapping yourself out. It's an energy that does a lot real quick and then it doesn't have the staying power. So in its negative sense, and again, we're not going to call a positive and negative until we see further. Now, moving to your bonus, we have the Nine of Pentacles. Beautiful. This is one of the cards I do link to Capricorn. Solid, stable, abundant, reliable type of energy. So this is good. We see the lady. She is chilling in nature. She has her pet bird, and she's pretty calm and chill. I think this is really nice. But the drawback, and this isn't a drawback, it's a very independent energy where it's like, I'll do it myself. I don't need help. I got this. Don't worry about me. So whether that's an energy you're carrying or somebody else, the downside to the Nine of Pentacles, similar to the Seven, is that she could sometimes be a little stuck in the muck. So again, she's just a bonus. She's a little flavor. But I want to dive deeper on all the Capricorn. Let's do it. Let's jump in and clarify. Okay. Let's get a good shuffle here. Pardon me. So what do we got for the cappies? Guides. And yeah, this is where I go intuitive with the message, which means I just tell you how it feels to me. So feel free to do further research or rely on your base knowledge of tarot, because as you know, every single reading is about the reader's interpretation, and I'm just giving you mine. Let's go in on the Seven of Pentacles here. Let's see what that has. And yeah, if you're a reader yourself, please feel free to play along. That's why the box is here. If you're feeling any messages you want to give to Cappy, you can drop it in the comments. I don't mind at all. Okay, let's get it going. Why is the Seven of Pentacles here? Thank you. Yeah, but why the wait? So we have the Hanged Man here. Okay, and again, this is an energy that really holds a let's wait and see type of energy. So for some of you, this could be an advice from spirit where it's like, whoa, 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 just wait and see, analyze it. Because that's a big thing with the Hanged Man to me. Yes, he can represent self-sacrifice or someone that takes one for the team. But at the same time, he's not doing anything yet. He's gathering information. He's gathering facts. So when I see it with the Seven of Pentacles, there may be something where spirit's like, all right, well, maybe right now the best move is no move. Maybe it's a let's watch and wait or wait and see type of vibe. Now, for another portion of you, if that's not advice for you, there could literally be some eyes on here. Whether it's someone that has you under the microscope, maybe you have someone under the microscope, or spirit saying like, hey, keep an eye on this one. That could very much be the case, because it's Virgo energy, and I also link it to Pisces and Scorpio. So it's a lot of zodiacal stuff. But the big thing I always say with the Hanged Man, he's not doing any physical action yet, because remember, we have this page on the back. He's gathering facts, gathering information, watching very closely. Nothing gets by this Hanged Man. So again, whether it's advice for you or maybe someone's under the microscope, that's just how it feels to me. Let's keep moving, because I do think the energy is going to shift. I already feel that, especially with how it seems to be stacking up. We can't predict that just yet. These cards can and will throw us a curveball. But let's see what the High Priestess has. Interesting. So why is the High Priestess here? For my cappies, please. Thank you. Oh, okay. So this seems to be nice. All right, so we have the Six of Pentacles with the High Priestess, and this is a surprise of some kind, but a good one, which I think is good. Now, the Six of Pentacles, it's very charitable, it's very giving, it's the energy that starts to flow. So it's like someone's inaction causes someone else's action. So that's initially what I'm feeling here. Now, I mean, unexpected or surprising actions. I've seen this in other zodiac signs this week. But it's like this inaction, nothing really happening here in the physical, causes this energy to come in. That's how the energy is shown to me. Now, with the Six of Pentacles, I already said it's charitable, it's very giving, it's equal, it's balanced. With the High Priestess, aside from the surprising, unexpected action that could be coming in, this is an energy that's like trying to balance itself. It could be hanging back, laying low as well. Like when I see the High Priestess in this, it's like, you know, let me catch my bearings. Let me get my balance back. So for some Capricorns, if you've been through a few things, this energy up front seems very quiet initially, but there could be, again, the surprising, unexpected action. Let's keep going. And another portion of you, like, this is one of the cards that I linked to gift giving too. So I'm not sure. I know it's not your birthday season. I don't know why you would be buying gifts for somebody or someone would be buying gifts for you, but that's a slight message for some of you. It's like gifting somebody something. Let's keep moving. I don't want to get too caught up in that. Let's keep going to the Page of Wands. We'll see what he has, and then we'll do a quick recap before we get into the shadow. Maybe we'll get a little more information about a communication or an action. So why is the Page here for the cappies? Why is the Page of Wands here for my good friends? Yeah, this one's being very specific. There we go. Thank you. Okay. This is an extremely, extremely cautious energy I'm picking up. So we do have not the High Priestess, the Empress in reverse underneath this Page of Wands. That's Libra Taurus energy right there. And when I see her in reverse underneath this Page of Wands, it's an energy that is like extremely cautious. And I think I saw this in the Aries reading where it was like somebody testing the water, dipping their toes, checking for reactions. So I'm not sure if this is something you're going to do or if it's somebody else. It's like, all right, let me say this and see what their reaction is. Or let me see how they respond to this, which kind of taps into what we have here in the front, where it's like, I'm watching, I'm gathering information before I act. But this energy, I don't want to say it's shy. I don't want to say it's bashful. It's just very unsure. So this doesn't even have to be you. It's an energy that, I don't know. Now, the Empress, divine, feminine, beautiful, beautiful. She represents mother figures aside from the zodiac signs. Usually she's extremely abundant. Cup runneth over. But when I see her in reverse, it's an energy that could feel imposing. Or I don't want to say smothering, but to me it just feels imposing. So I do have somebody here just playing it very cautious. So again, whether that's advice for you, whether it's how somebody else is moving or acting, that's what I'm thinking here. If it is a conversation, it's more of a temperature check. But let's go through and do a quick recap. So there is a lot of observation. There's a lot of information gathering here. I'm not seeing anything that's ringing alarm bells. If anything, there's some good stuff. But if you kindly look in the box here, position number one, we start with not so much action, right? We have the Seven of Pentacles with the Hanged Man in the upright. Let's wait and see. Let's take our time with something. Big information gathering. So whether that's something you're doing or something someone else is doing, there's a little bit of watching going on. Moving to the center, we have the High Priestess with the Six of Pentacles. So this could be a surprising or unexpected action coming in where it's like, okay, my inaction causes this person's action. It's like the yin yang type of vibe where it balances off. So it's like, if I don't do nothing, this energy will do something. It's like one of those. I also got this odd little message about a potential gift of some sort, or somebody just laying low, which fits the theme. Moving to the back end, we have the Page of Wands with the Empress in reverse. This doesn't feel like bad news. It doesn't feel like an argument or anything like that. To me, it's more of like a bashful, unsure, cautious type of energy. So again, whether that's how Spirit's telling you to move in this time, like slow, steady, cautious, don't do anything just yet, or that's how someone else is feeling. So please take a screenshot if you want to look into it further. Let's see what's in the shadows. Let's get a good shuffle here. And yeah, I always like to pull one shadow card at the very end just to see whether it's something within you or something you don't quite see. Shadow cards don't always have to be a challenge. They can be a good thing too. So let's get you one. And yeah, if you made it to this point in the reading, please feel free to check out channel memberships. I'll put a link for it in the comments below. It's a beautiful way to support the channel. I have much love for all my channel members. Okay, let's get this going for you. What do we got for Cappy, please, in the shadows? Thank you. Nice. Cool. Seven of Cups. Now, this is one of the more positive leaning shadow cards to me. The Seven of Cups I like to call the menu board of life. It's an abundance of choices and options and paths that you can take. Now, the issue with this card, when we look at the shadow side, is someone that has so many options that they have analysis paralysis. So watch out for anything like that in this time where it's like, okay, I could do this, I could do that, I could do this, but I'm not sure which way to go. This energy is most definitely a little bit indecisive. And again, I'm not saying it's you, it could be somebody else. Another thing with the Seven of Cups, it could be extremely mental in an imaginative way, but it could also be fantasizing and overthinking. So it kind of goes back to that energy we had in the beginning. So don't let your mind run like a runaway train in this time when this card is here. There's just something where Spirit's like, just be pragmatic about it. So I do like the Seven of Cups. It does tell me there's a lot coming up for you. Just don't force it. That's a big thing. And don't let your mind run away from you. So we're just going to leave it at that, Capricorn. That's what I have for you this week. Don't click away just yet, though. I'm going to give you the details. The October subscriber surprise. If you would like further insight on your situation and book a personal reading with me, you could check out my digital calendar on my website, mastermetaphysics.com. The October schedule is up there and it's filling up quick. So if you want to have a little chat, go over there and check it out. But for the October subscriber surprise, I'm giving away 3 copies of one of the most stunning decks I've ever experienced, the Star Tarot. So if you'd like to get your name in for that, it's 2 simple things as always, my friends. First, you must be subscribed. And second, let me know down in the comments. Since last month, I asked everybody which zodiac sign they get along best with. This month, out of all the zodiac signs, which one do you clash with a little bit there? Drop it down in the comments. You'll be entered to win. And the winners will be announced in the community tab. As always, my friends, much love, and I'll see you soon.